Hello everybody, namaskaram to all the beautiful people out there. Hope you guys are doing amazingly well. Welcome back to our channel English with Ashish. And guys, today in this lesson we are going to talk about future continuous tense, which is also known as future progressive tense. So today we are going to learn everything about it. This lesson is going to be interesting. I'm excited. I know you guys are too. Let's do it. Alright guys, now let's understand what exactly is future continuous tense and why do we even have to learn this step. Just a minute. Hello. Hey Max, what's up man? Yeah, I'm good, doing awesome. How are you? Glad to hear that, buddy. You wanna come to my place at 7 today in the evening? Hey, let's not do it today. In the evening, I'll be taking a class, yeah. So can we meet tomorrow in the morning at 9, probably? Yeah, that work? Awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. Did you guys just see what happened? I said no to my friend. He wanted to come to my place to meet me and I said no. Why did I do that? Because of an action, because of something that will be going on, that will be continuing in the future at that time at 7 p.m. in the evening. And that is why I said no to him. And that is why we use future continuous tense to talk about actions that will be going on in the future at a particular time, at a certain time, right? So that's how we use future continuous tense, right? To talk about things that will be going on in the future at a particular point of time. It's important, quintessential, very important to talk about the time when the actions will be going on, will be continuing. Alright, now let me show you some examples and make you understand in a better way. Don't call my father tomorrow in the morning. He will be doing meditation or he will be meditating. Don't do that. Don't call my father in the morning tomorrow. Why? Because of an action that will be going on in the future and it will be going on. When it will start, when it will end, we don't know about that. But that time in the future, in the morning, which is a very vague time, right? It will be happening. This action will be happening, right? He will be meditating. I will be sleeping when you come back home. An action will be going on in the future when you come back home. Obviously, you are going to come back at a particular time. We don't know that time, but we are referring to that time. When you come back home, something will be going on. Something will be going on. What is that? I will be sleeping. Alright? More example. We will be waiting for you at the station when the train arrives. We will be doing something. What is that? We will be waiting for you. Waiting for you. When the train arrives, we will be waiting for you at the station. At the station, we will be doing this action. We will be waiting for you, obviously. When it's going to happen? When the train arrives, obviously in the future. We don't know the exact time. Alright? Next example. Let's suppose I go to a place to meet the owner of the place. So I enter the building and I meet the security guard. And he says, a boss is not here, you may leave. And I say, when will he come back? And he says, he'll come back at 4 p.m. And I say, that's alright, I'll be waiting here. I'll be waiting here when he comes back. Alright, again, at 4 p.m. I'll still be waiting for him. This action will still be happening in the future at 4 p.m. Now an important message for all of you guys out there. Do not message me, do not ask me anything today in the evening. Why? Because I'll be watching something special with my friends. My friends and I will be watching TV, something very special. Did you see? Again, we're talking about something that will be happening in the future. That's how we use future continuous tense. Alright? Now let's talk about how to form sentences here. We'll start with an affirmative, a positive sentence. How to form an affirmative sentence? Simple. Subject followed by will be followed by the progressive form of a verb in ing form of a verb followed by object or modifier which is optional. Alright? For example, I'll be taking a class in the evening. Now, it's very important to talk about the time marker, future time marker. If I simply say, I'll be taking a class. When will you be taking a class? We don't know. And why are you telling this to us? See, if the time, the future time marker is already understood, the person you're talking with already knows the time, If that is the case, you don't have to mention it. Easy peasy. Don't talk about it. But if you're just talking to somebody that does not know anything about that time, about that action, you have to mention the time. You'll not say, I'll be sleeping, I'll be taking a class, he'll be meditating. When? Again, when? Always mention the time when you're using a future continuous tense. Moving to the next type of a sentence, and that is a negative sentence. All that we do is we just add the word not. Subject followed by will not be, the progressive form of a verb, followed by object to modify, followed by the future time marker. I will not be taking a class in the evening. I'll not be doing it, right? You want to confirm whether you will be doing this in the future or not, and I'm saying I'll not be doing it. I will is contracted to I'll, or I can simply contract will and not and make it won't. I won't be taking a class in the evening today. I'll not be taking a class, or I won't be taking a class. There are two ways to contract. I will not, won't. But don't contract all of these three things, alright? So that's how we form negative sentences. Interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, we bring the helping verb, the auxiliary verb, which is will, in the beginning of the sentence. So we start the sentence with will. Will followed by the subject, followed by be, followed by a progressive form of a verb, followed by object or modifier, followed by the future time marker, and then this question mark, right? Will you be coming to my place in the evening? Will you be sleeping at 11? Will she be cooking tonight? Again, we're asking questions. We're trying to confirm. If you just want to ask a question that can be simply answered in yes or no, start the question with will. But when you want to know about the reason of the action, or the place of the action, or the time of the action, use question words like what, where, when, why before the auxiliary verb will. When will you be taking a class today? Where will she be going next week? How will you be answering these questions? Right? So that's how we ask questions that cannot be answered in simple yes or no. But guys, remember this. Note this. Never ask negative questions. Never do that. These questions create a lot of confusion. So don't say, will you not be taking a class today? Now think about it. Will I not be? Yes? No? What should I say? It's very confusing. So don't ask negative questions. If you want to, you can add not after the subject. Will you not be taking a class in the evening? But don't do that. So now you know what is future continuous tense and how do you use it, right? You talk about something that will be happening in the future. You're basically talking about your plans. What you know. It's not confirmed because future is something you can never predict. You can't talk about it. What's going to happen tomorrow is something that is not in your hands. But again, you talk about something that is planned, that you know is going to happen, right? Now, a very important thing, a very common mistake that I've seen people making, which is using stative verbs in continuous tenses, not just in future continuous tense, in all the continuous tenses. Never do that. A very common mistake. Stative verbs like, love, hate, prefer, and all the verbs that you see on your screen, and even more. There are many stative verbs in English. Don't use these stative verbs in continuous tenses because stative verbs show a state of a person or thing. These verbs do not show an action. So don't say, I will be loving you in the evening. I will be loving you tomorrow. I will be liking you. I will be hating you. Don't do that. Don't go that far. Don't say that, alright? So never use stative verbs in continuous tenses. All the continuous tenses. Alright guys, that's all about today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you loved it. If you did, hit the like button. For your practice purposes, I've given you some examples on the screen. You have to change these sentences into future continuous tense sentences. Alright, do that. Answer in the comment section below. If you have any questions, any doubts, do let me know in the comment section below. You can follow me on my Instagram page, right? You can follow my Facebook page. I'll give the link in the description. Do that, and I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, keep learning, have fun, take care of yourself and your family and all the people around. Love you. Namaskar.